living without fear. When people get to know me, they quickly learn that I am a very resourceful person. If I can't do it myself, and that is rare, I either know someone who can, or I eventually just figure it out. So, needless to say, many people over the years have sought my assistance in one thing or another. I have been told on more than one occasion that I am the smartest, most business minded person they know, that I can do anything, and I have done everything that I said I would do. And it will always end with something like, I don't know how you do it. But I can assume that in one particular instance, it was said to me by one person in particular who was at the time one of the assistant pastors at my childhood church, because he had watched me, a single mother of 5 boys, show up. Hello, my name is Marie Howard, a 56-year-old mother of 6 and grandmother of 4, married to the smartest, most business minded man I've ever known. Now, let's talk about how I got here. Now, a twice married woman who lives without fear. The Bible says in Psalm 34:4, I sought the Lord, and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. If I can remember correctly, it was my first grade school year in 1975. Don't try to do the math. I already told you my age. It was a rainy morning, and I was on the trolley in West Philadelphia with my mother and 2 older siblings. My mother had given me a dime that morning. Back then, a dime, also 10 cents, could get you an entire small brown bag of candy. The good candy, too, not this cheap stuff they got out here now. Well, it was very early in the morning, still dark. We had already taken a bus and a subway. And for those of you who don't know what subway is, a train. And now we were in the trolley going to our babysitter's house so my mother could go to work at the nursing home. So, of course, I'm still tired and sleepy. So, what do? I go to sleep. Yes, asleep on the trolley. Don't y'all try that now. Anyway, my mother woke me up when our stop was coming. Upon waking up, I noticed real quick the dime my mother had given me was no longer in my tiny hand. I panicked. I was looking all over for my dime while my mom is now pulling me off the trolley because we were at our stop. That panic, which then turned into a full cry, a loud one too. I wanted my dime. When we got off the trolley and I eventually calmed down, I told my mom what had happened. And now I no longer can buy all the candy I had planned on buying at the corner candy store. I don't know if they still have them, but they were some good corner candy stores. Then I had an idea. Why don't I just ask my mother for another dime? I mean, my mom and dad rarely gave me money, so I thought I could easily ask for another one. So when I asked my mom for another dime, she was angry with me because I had lost it. And she told me, well, the next time she gives me one, I had better learn to hold on to it. She also told me no, she was not giving me another dime. It was not until I grew older that I realized that my mother didn't have much money. In fact, we were what you would consider poor. And my mom giving me that dime was huge, and my 7-year-old self had lost it. So finally, at an age back when I could actually understand, my mother needed every penny she earned, I realized I would never want to be in that situation ever. Even while approaching my teenage years, now at the age of 12, I didn't earn an allowance like my other friends did. Why? Because we were still poor. Was my father around? Yes. I had both my parents in the home, and yet we were still poor. Again, I am still realizing that I never want to be in that situation ever. So, all my 12 years of life so far, I've learned a few things. The first, we were poor. The second, my mother and father worked hard. And finally, after all that, number three, we were still poor. Now, what was on my mind at 12? I will never be poor. Now, I'm going to share with you what that promise to myself has looked like over the years since the age of 12. These are my jobs. Number one, I was working at the daycare. Then I went on to become a cashier at the Ninth Street corner store in Logan in Philadelphia. Then at the cashier at the Camac Street corner store. Then I was a medical records assistant. At the age of 16, I was a dental assistant. Went on to be to Burger King, Roy Rogers, back to the dental assistant. Then I became a residential counselor, a psychiatric technician, a letter carrier, a supervisor of the letter carriers, a shop steward, Department of Human Services application support, J&J, which is Johnson & Johnson, a database administrator, QAD, an analyst, a law office as an office clerk. I was another analyst at another health agency. At First Data, I was a senior database administrator, then promoted to a manager of IT, and now my 18th full-time, I'm at the Veterans Affairs as a supervisory IT specialist. My side jobs, spoken word artist, comedy show promoter, wedding coordinator, special events coordinator, multi-level marketing, a nail technician, a business account manager, a beauty and skincare consultant, a travel agent, print marketing, and caterer. My volunteer initiatives, I was a church secretary, food bank shopper, a distributor, a big sister, a mentor. I worked at the Habitat for Humanity on the PTA board, special education parent advisory group secretary, board of directors for my local Rotary Club, a small group facilitator, a leadership development coach, an executive leadership coach, a speaker, an admin for a global cancer support group, and a minister. I'm tired just thinking about it all. But guess what? I was able to do this all because I was afraid of being poor. And after that exhaustive list, I am pretty sure I missed some things. That is what motivated me. The fear of being poor pushed me to not be afraid to take a chance, to learn something new. Isn't that ironic? My fear allowed me to overcome fear. So I know that the reason why people seek me out is because, heck, I've done it all. I can do it all. I, Marie Howard, can do anything I put my mind to do. Not because I'm afraid of being poor anymore, but because I believe I can do it. In fact, I know I can do it. It didn't happen overnight. This has been 49 years in the making. And in those 49 years, I've had to have some real serious talks with God. God, my children need food. God, my children need a roof over their heads. God, my children need clothes. God, I need. And that list goes on and on. So not only did I seek the Lord and he heard me, but in 2 Timothy 1:7, I was informed, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Today, I, Marie Howard, stand or sit as I'm doing before you without the spirit of fear. I have been given power to do all things. And in love, I am able to share my gifts, my talents, my resources, my strength, my story with a sound mind. Were these past 49 years hard? Yes. Were they worth it? Yes. I would not be where I am today without having to go through what I've went through, what I've accomplished, without first seeing a strong mother who got up early and got her kids fed, dressed in 3 forms of transportation to take us to the babysitter's home so she could go to work before the sun came up. So if you're sitting there after hearing just a snippet of my story, wondering if you too can do what it is that you dream of, yes, absolutely yes. But I have to let you know, sometimes it takes a fear to learn how to live without fear. Are you ready to take the next step toward achieving your goals? I'm here to provide the support, guidance, and encouragement you need to move forward with confidence. Whether you're looking for clarity or inspiration, let's connect. Reach out to me at Marie at inbetweenthespeaks.com and let's work together to turn your aspirations into reality. I'm Marie Howard, and I hope this has blessed you and motivated you. If it has, can you do me a favor, if you're not afraid, and share this video? I would appreciate it. And I appreciate you for watching. Be blessed.